Hey guys, I want to apologise for taking so long in getting this out. I was sick for a bit, and then we had family over, so um, was out entertaining and taking the parents out to see the sights. So I want to get straight back into it. You'll notice I've made some changes to my version of the page I was building. Mainly the header's different. I've got a site menu and take the body as basically mini headers of the individual sections, sorry, and I've got a different site image. Um, I changed the header simply to show you to put in the title and description of my site using text instead of the actual image itself, simply because it's better for the search engines, and Google absolutely adores heading tags. So we're going to jump straight into this. The first thing we want to do is we'll start with the header. This is the header tag that we put in I think the first video, and what that tag did was it tells the site to load everything in the CSS in the header, which is here, auto width 100, site header.jpg, etc. etc. So we want to put in the text that we want to use for that. So here's my I'm cheating here, I'm copying and pasting, so simply to save time. You've got taking the body as my title, helpful tips, etc. is the description. I've added a hard break here. You'll understand why when I show you the outcome of this. So the first one we want to use is the H1 tag. Whenever you've got a main heading like a site name, always use H1. There are 6 of them, H1 through H6. These are called heading tags. H for header, obviously. They tell the browser how to emphasize the text within the tag, and more importantly, search engines take the text and they use that to help rank your site. So definitely use them instead of the old style of actually formatting things bit by bit. So we're going to use the second line as H3. And jump over here, and as you can see, H1 big, H3 a bit smaller, and it's bold. And you could, if you find this is too small, use H2 to make it a bit bigger, or adjust them to play with them. But try and use H1 for the main body. You can see why I've wrapped it here, because it would have gone over the image. Right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this site menu and take the body here as H2 tags. So we'll jump back to the text. I'm going to find it here when I go H2. So it's exactly the same process. You want to have H2 tags. As always, you open and close tags. Regardless of what tag you're using, it's always the same. / and then the closing. Jump over. As you can see, it's put them as H2, which are a little bit bigger than H3, a little bit smaller than H1, so on and so forth. Now, styling, which is the most important thing you can learn in web design with CSS. If you wanted to have, if you had a whole paragraph, a whole page of text, and you wanted to have every paragraph as a different color, or a different font, or a different font weight, or different styling, instead of using the old style word processing things where you would just sort of have, you'd select something and change the font, or you'd have each one done in the old HTML style as a font tag, you want to have it done now as a style tag. It's simply, the outcome is pretty much the same, but you don't want to use an outdated style of design on your web page, because the search engines will see that, and it's basically a check against your site. So cross against your site. You want to make sure that your site has everything done so that it runs at its most efficient, and this is where styling comes in. Now you'll see I've already created 2 of these as an example, simply again saving time. The first one, the basic structure is dot, which means it loads as a class. The name, which you can change, which you can call anything you like. Then you have the open tag, and down here, of course, the close tag. And then within those tags, you can put all of the code that you want to actually describe that style. So for style 1, we're going to have the font family as Tahoma, so that's going to tell the browser that anything within style 1 is going to load with the Tahoma font. The font size, it's going to load size 14, it's going to load bold, and the color, FF40s, is simply red. You could just write red but some browsers don't like that. So you want to make sure you always use the ASCII code, and there are sites out there that actually, you type in red, it'll tell you what the code is. I've created the second one. This time we don't have a font family, so it's going to use the site default, which I believe was up here, Vidana. But it is going to drop it to size 8, and it is going to make it underlined, and it is going to change it to color blue, which is hash 000FF. It's almost the opposite of red, isn't it? So, now we're going to jump over to the text here. I've added 2 lines of text, right? This first one here, we're going to change to style 1. The second one, we're going to change to style 2. And this is where the real power of styling comes in, and it really is simple to use. You'll notice that each of these lines is done as a paragraph. So all you want to do is edit the opening paragraph tag where the P is. You want to go space class, because that's what they are, and you'll see Dreamweaver giving you a pop-up already listing the 2 styles that are available. Your style 1, close inverted speech mark things, whatever they're called, and then that's it. And basically that opens the paragraph tag telling anything within this paragraph to load as class style 1, and we're going to repeat the process here, nice and simple, style 2, like so. And that should, if we've got it right, that should load like so. You've got the first text in size 14 Tahoma bold red. Second one is in Vidana size 8 underlined. It looks almost like a link, but it's actually not. Okay. One last thing, staying with the styling, because this is something that you'll probably end up using a lot if you're building a marketing site, or in fact any type of site really. If you wanted to change just one word or a sentence to a different style without having it as a paragraph, it's almost the same process. In fact, this section here, class equals style name, etc., is exactly the same, except what you use is the span command. That's SPAN. So say for example you wanted to change the text menu or banner, okay? Before menu, you would simply go SPAN and then repeat the class style 1 like so, and then close it. And then after the section of text you want to have changed, you want to close the span. Span simply, and it has a variety of uses that will absolutely blow you away, but in this case its most simplest description is this: it allows you to change a section of text within a section of text. So you've got span class style 1 and then close span, and then just for the fun of it, we're going to change site navigation to span class equals style 2. Oops, type that right. Just to show you how the different spans work, and of course they're both within the paragraph tag, as you would expect. And as you can see, what you've got here is you've got menu or banner showing in the 14 Tahoma. You've got the second section in 8 Vidana underlined. Now, of course, you wouldn't use it exactly like this on a site because it looks tacky, but if you wanted to have sections of text emphasized with a yellow background, you would use the styling to do that. When we're actually going to use that in detail for the next video, I'm going to have a lot more text and showing you some of the more advanced features of the styling you can use. Now I think there was one more thing I was going to do. Nope, I think that might be it. Oh yes, that's right. I wanted to just show you as an example. There you go. That's what the site looks loaded in an actual browser. That's loading in Firefox. So you can see it's got the red. If I had used this one here, you can see it looks very small. It's because size 8 actually is tiny. You wouldn't realistically use that, but I wanted to just put that as the example. So, the next video, we're going to describe more on the styling, a lot more on the styling in fact, and we're going to be creating a basic left menu, and the first paragraph of text on the main page, styled as you would expect on a professional site. So that should be coming hopefully within the next few days. As always, contact me if you need any help. I'm always here to answer questions. Thank you.